And this is the proper way of getting a closed account removed. Alright guys, and in this video, I'm going to give you the proper steps on how you can remove a closed account from your credit report. Let's dive in. Now, disclaimer, if the account is negatively impacting your credit score, then you should definitely get it removed, no questions asked. But if it has positive history, for one, it's giving you great credit age on a positive side, and it's also positively impacting your credit score more than ways that you know, alright? Alright, so let's go into the details of how to remove a closed account. Alright guys, and the first thing that I definitely need you to do is please go get your accurate credit report. I always say it time and time again, don't use Credit Karma for everything. Certain things you can use it for, but as far as your credit report, do not actually use them. What you can do is you can go to identityiq.com and you can actually pull your credit report for $1. I put the link in the description so you can go ahead and get it. So that's the first step on actually getting these accounts removed. Please see your accurate credit report. Because what this is going to show you all of the issues side by side by side. It's actually going to show TransUnion, Equifax, and Experian all on one side. I pulled my credit report from other places and they show it in different aspects, and I hate that. It kind of confuses me. With the Identity IQ, it shows you side by side. It shows you real easy. All right, and the next thing, so since you already downloaded your credit report and you have it in your hand, the next thing I need you to do is check your personal information. When it comes to your credit report, everything has to be accurate. It's in the consumer law itself. Everything has to be accurate from the top all the way to the bottom. And we first have to start with your personal information. If you stay at 123 Street, it cannot say 1234 Street. Everything has to be accurate to the person that is holding the credit report. Does that make sense? So with that being said, the reason why I'm telling you to actually change it, not just for you, but a lot of times negative accounts can be actually connected to inaccurate information as far as personal information. So if that negative closed account is connected to 1234 Street, and like I said, you stay at 123 Street, just by simply updating that on your credit information can easily get that account removed, because they have to follow law, and because it's not accurate, they have to update and remove it. So the first thing I need you to do, check your personal information. Make sure everything is accurate. All right, after you got your personal information and everything updated and it's accurate, the next thing I need you to do is check on those inaccuracies as far as those negative accounts. The reason why I say that is because when it comes to everything, again, everything has to be accurate. Not only just your personal information, but also the negative on your account. And 8 times out of 10, something is inaccurate. And that's what you're gonna pounce on when it comes to the disputing process. Even when it comes to a closed account, it's still the same. Open, closed, doesn't matter. Everything still has to show accuracy. And if it doesn't, you use that to your advantage. So, for example, let's just say the date last reported. From this credit bureau, they're stating that it was open on this date. And this credit bureau is showing something totally different. That's an inaccuracy. Somebody is lying here, and we have to figure out which one it is, but it's not our job to do that. We're gonna make the credit bureaus do their job and figure out what's inaccurate and tell them to update and delete that account, because it's negatively impacting our credit score and hindering us, because it's not our fault. We're gonna make the credit bureaus do their job and actually do what they need to do to make your life better. It's even the same thing as the date of the last payment. It still has to all be accurate. Everybody has to be on one accord when it comes to your credit report. Nobody can be offbeat. Now hold on, before you find that inaccuracy and you actually muster up some type of dispute letter, what I need you to do is right now send a copy of your ID and a bill with your name attached to the address that you're stating that is accurate on your personal information. I know it sounds cliche, I know, but you have to have this with it. The reason why is because if you don't, the credit bureaus, whoever is looking at it at that time, hopefully you get a nice person that is reasonable, they're gonna try to make it difficult for you. So with that being said, you don't want them to come back state, hey, we feel as far as your identity, we feel that you're a credit repair agency, we feel that you're not actually the person that you say you are, please show some type of document stating that you are, yada, 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 yada. So you wanna eliminate that, and you wanna show that it's actually you sending in this information with a copy of your identity as far as a driver's license and a bill with your name on it, and that actual address stating that you actually live there, so they can't come back saying anything as far as the lines of, hey, we don't know if this is you, etc., etc. So with that being said, make sure you put that in there when you send everything certified mail, please. And certified mail means literally going to the post office and make sure that they certify it, and you actually get a receipt stating of what day it's actually going to be there, and make sure you hold on to that. Now, when it comes to the actual letter, like I stated, you want to make sure that you put your name, your address, social security number, things of that nature, and you want to put to whom it may concern. You know what? I'm actually just going to put a screenshot of a letter that I need you to send in. Make it actually something similar to this. And please do not copy and paste this letter, please. I don't advocate for templates on this channel, please. I always tell people templates do not work. So if you think that you're gonna copy this and send it into the credit bureaus, what about the next person? Or what if somebody already beat you to it? Now the e-Oscar system is thinking that you're sending in the template, and now you wasted a month of actual disputing. So please, muster it up to actually your liking and just play around with the wording, things of that nature, okay? Make it sound like the actual consumer that's concerned. Anyway, so with the letter, make it look something similar to this, to whom it may concern, you know, things of that nature. I see something that's inaccurate on my credit report, you know, and yeah, again, you want to make sure that you're making the credit bureaus do their job. Do not send in an actual proof stating that, hey, this right here looks like it's inaccurate, yada, yada, yada. You want to make them do their job, because you don't want them to actually update and say, oh, it's verified. So let them go looking for the issue on the actual account that you're disputing. So with that being said, when they look at this letter and they see, okay, this negative on this account, let me go look, there are some inaccuracies, let me update and delete this because it's not accurate. Does that make sense? You only start sending in proof of things of that nature when you're like on the second or third dispute, when they just keep saying, oh, it's verified. God forbid that they don't. And you're saying, well, I see right here, X, Y, Z, A, B, C. Does that make sense? All right, and the next step, guys, I just want to throw this out here. If you actually have a balance on that closed account, let's say it's just in derogatory, things of that nature, and it's closed, you don't deal with this original creditor anymore, disputing first is not going to help you in a lot of cases. So what I need you to do is, let's say you owe a balance. Let's say, for example, you owe Chase. And let's say it's a closed account with a balance on it. What I need you to do is contact that original creditor and let them know at that time that it was closed, that you were going through some type of financial hardship. And what that's going to do is let the person on the phone know from that original creditor, okay, they're reaching out for help. They need some type of assistance. So let's go ahead and see what is going on and what we can kind of come to a common ground of. A lot of times you can do a goodwill letter, or you can do a pay for deletion. I know I owe X amount of dollars, but if I actually pay this amount of money, can we get it paid for deletion? And if they say yes, then you're in the clear. Then you contact the credit bureaus and tell them, hey, this is an inaccuracy on this credit report. I need you to investigate to show that I don't actually owe anything. This is actually supposed to be deleted off my credit report. So when they do an investigation and they actually go to Chase, they'll say, yes, this is actually accurate. This is not supposed to be on that person's credit report. See, you hit them from all angles. And again, just to let you know, guys, this is a marathon, not a sprint. This is not something that happens in 2 weeks or things of that nature. It can, but a lot of times it doesn't. So what I need you to do is be patient. It might take more than 2 disputes, but I promise you this is going to get off your credit report. This is going to be necessary, and these are all of the proper steps, all right? Again, this is all the proper information that you need to actually get everything removed off of your credit account, whether it's an open account or a closed account. You actually follow the same rules. But with that being said, if you still feel like it's still too much, you feel like you don't have enough time, things of that nature, if you click the link in my bio and you go to the Smart Credit link, it's actually a link that shows you how to actually maneuver it, where they do everything for you, and the only thing that you have to do is click a few buttons. I appreciate you guys for stopping by. Now go get those closed accounts removed, all right? And until next time, ladies.